Hey everyone, back with another video. So today I'm gonna continue my discussion that I started in an earlier video on grouping operations in Python and generating summary statistics using polars and a polars data frame. So before in my previous video, I used the sample data with just 3 columns, sex, age, and GPA, and I computed summary statistics by collapsing the data set over these two categories, male and female, and just generating a data set of summary statistics with just 2 rows, of course, one for each unique value of the original data frame. And I just generated the median and the mean. But so what would happen though if we wanted these? Oftentimes we do want these summary statistics on the original data frame because we want to compare each person's individual value to the summary value. So we want to see how each person's GPA, for example, how it might differ from the mean or the median if someone's above or below average, for example. So one way you could do this is you could take this output data frame that was returned and then rejoin it using .join onto this original data frame. But Polars offers a much easier way to do this that doesn't involve stopping the processing step that you're on. And it's called .over, and that's what I'll be talking about today. So we'll be using the same data as before. This is just some other stuff I was doing. So generating summary statistics on the original data frame. So again, we're going to use .over to do this. And so to execute this, we start by just writing in the name of the data frame. So I'm calling it just df right here. And then we're going to use with columns, because in this case, I would want to keep all of the original columns on the data frame in addition to the ones that we're adding. And then we just specify the variable that we want to do summary statistics over. So I'm just have a placeholder called var there. And we attach on the method, or pass that into the summary statistic method that we'd like to use. And then we pass that into .over, and we specify a grouping variable. And so what that'll do is it'll create a new column on that original data frame of summary statistics, but each of the statistics will be specific to the grouping variable that you specify. And what this is going to return is an uncollapsed data frame. So it's going to have all of the variables from the original data frame, all the rows, I'm sorry, from the original data frame. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get the mean GPA onto the original data frame, and what I'll do is I'll just program through it so we can just kind of learn that way. I'm sorry for that extra code that was there. I was trying out some additional stuff that's cluttering my my environment here. So this data set is called demo, and I'll just have this be the same on each side of the assignment sign here. So we'll do with columns. Then we'll I'm going to do this on PL call. And so we're going to get the mean GPA here for this exercise. And then we'll pass that to .mean. And then we're going to compute mean over sex. And then we want this variable to have a new name, so we can alias it. And we can't alias it because what this is going to return is a new column. Alias, we'll just call this mean GPA. Actually, hold on, I like to do it this way because I think I will add some more code onto this in a moment. So we'll just go ahead and run this and see how it looks. Sorry, forgot to print. All right, there we go, much better. Okay, so we see here we have the rows for male and the rows for female, and we have two means for each of these. So here's the mean GPA for men, here's the mean GPA for women, and you notice that we didn't have to get the summary statistics and rejoin them. Polars just automatically knew to do that because we specified the grouping variable in the .over method. So again, it's just the column that you want to aggregate. the summary statistic, and then you pass that summary statistic into the over method. And that's really all there is to it. But now that we have this mean information, we can start comparing how an individual's value compares to the average. So I'll just do that real quick for fun here. And so to do this, we need to pass this into another with columns method. And the reason for that is because of the simultaneous execution in polars. We can't use derived variables in the same processing step because all the variables we need to be present on input. So with columns, and then we want to take a look at call GPA, and we're going to subtract that from the mean. Mean GPA. And we'll just call that mean diff. And we'll just document this. Okay, there we have it. So as you see here, Python and Polars has some very simple tools that you can use to calculate grouped statistics and to have those back onto the original data frame. So that's all I have to say about grouping variables and group statistics. If there's any other grouping operations you'd like me to go over, feel free to write so in the comments. Other than that, have an excellent day, and I'll talk to you all soon.